Welcome my dear viewer. Today we start our journey together. The first episode of the Tales of the Land of Babylon series. I am your host and guide. I will show you wonders you have never seen before. Now, if you are watching this video, it means that you have a choice. You can turn off this video right now and go play or do something else, but then you won't know any of the amazing stories that happened in the land of Babylon. Or you can stay with me, join me on this journey, and let me tell you all these amazing stories. But for me to tell you these stories, you need to join and subscribe to the YouTube channel. By joining, you get to be part of our community, and when you subscribe, you make sure you won't miss any of our videos. So what are you waiting for? Join and subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, and let us begin our journey to the land of Babylon. Before we begin our story today, we find ourselves in heaven with God in his heavenly palace. God is sitting on his throne made out of pure gold and precious gems, and all around him are his angels praising and worshiping him. Among them are two angels named Harut and Marut, who were close friends since their creation. They would always talk to each other about everything they saw, heard, and experienced while serving the Lord. One day, while they were taking a break from their duties, Harut and Marut approached God's throne and asked him a question that had been bothering them. They wanted to know if an angel could take the form of a human. They had seen humans on earth and were curious about their nature. They asked God if he himself was also once a human, or if one of his angels could transform into a human. They were fascinated by human emotions, relationships, and experiences, and yearned to understand what it meant to be human. God listened patiently to their question and then gave them a mysterious smile. He told them that he indeed used to be human in the past, and that if they truly wanted to understand what it meant to be human, he could turn them into humans and send them to Earth to experience life as humans. Harut and Marut were overjoyed when they heard this. They thanked God for giving them the opportunity to learn more about humanity and eagerly awaited their chance to explore the world as humans. God then explained that he would turn them into humans for 40 days and 40 nights, and that during that time, they should go to the land of Babylon and build a temple there. In this temple, they would teach people how to practice magic and test their ability to disobey. Harut and Marut were excited to learn about magic and see if humans could resist its temptations. They agreed to carry out God's plan and were eager to begin their mission in the land of Babylon. So the time has come for Harut and Marut to begin their mission in the land of Babylon. God turns them into humans and gives them a book of knowledge that contains secrets of magic. He tells them to go to the land of Babylon and build a temple where they will teach magic to those who seek it. But God warns them not to let just anyone learn magic, as it could be dangerous if used for evil purposes. Harut and Marut understand the importance of their task and promise to follow God's instructions carefully. As they arrive in the land of Babylon, they find a suitable location for their temple on a high mountain where they can observe the surrounding areas. The construction of the temple begins, and it quickly becomes a prominent landmark in the region, attracting the attention of many people. Harut and Marut were excited to start teaching magic to those who came to their temple, but they knew that they had to be cautious and choose their students wisely. Soon, people from all over the land of Babylon began to hear about the magical temple on the mountain, and many of them came to Harut and Marut seeking to learn its secrets. Some were curious, while others had more sinister intentions. Harut and Marut had to use their wisdom and discernment to determine who was worthy of learning magic and who should be turned away. Among those who came to the temple was a young man named Gilgamesh. He was the king of Uruk, a powerful city in the land of Babylon. Gilgamesh had heard rumors of the magical powers of Harut and Marut and was eager to learn more about them. When he approached the temple, Harut and Marut saw in him a promising student who possessed a strong desire for knowledge. They accepted him as an apprentice and began to teach him the secrets of magic. Under the guidance of Harut and Marut, Gilgamesh learned how to control the elements, heal the sick, and even raise the dead. He became a powerful sorcerer, but he also became arrogant and power-hungry. As Gilgamesh grew more powerful, he began to use his magic for selfish reasons. He wanted more power and control over the land of Babylon, and he believed that with the help of his magic, he could achieve anything he desired. Harut and Marut were deeply disappointed in Gilgamesh. They had hoped that he would use his powers for good, but he had chosen the path of darkness. The angels knew that they had to stop Gilgamesh before he caused too much destruction. So they confronted him and tried to persuade him to change his ways. They reminded him of the teachings he had learned in the temple and urged him to use his powers responsibly. However, Gilgamesh was consumed by his own desires and would not listen to reason. He attacked Harut and Marut, using his magic against them in a fierce battle. The angels fought back, but they were surprised by the strength of Gilgamesh's dark magic. Despite their efforts, Harut and Marut were eventually defeated and were forced to flee from Gilgamesh and his followers. The angels knew that they had to regroup and come up with a new plan to stop Gilgamesh. They retreated to their temple on the mountain to recover and devise a new strategy. As they meditated and sought guidance from God, Harut and Marut realized that they needed to find a way to defeat Gilgamesh without resorting to violence. They remembered the lessons they had learned from God about the human condition and decided to try a different approach. Instead of fighting Gilgamesh, Harut and Marut would teach him a valuable lesson he wouldn't forget. The angels returned to the city of Uruk and confronted Gilgamesh in his palace. They did not attack him, but instead spoke to him calmly and reminded him of his past. They told him about his early life before he became obsessed with magic and power, and they encouraged him to return to the person he once was. Harut and Marut's words struck a chord with Gilgamesh, and he began to remember the teachings of his youth. He realized that he had strayed from the path of righteousness and had become consumed by his own darkness. Touched by the angels' compassion and moved by their words, Gilgamesh began to repent of his actions. He realized that true strength came not from magic or power, but from wisdom, humility, and compassion. Gilgamesh surrendered his dark magic to Harut and Marut, and the angels used their powers to purify his heart and restore his balance. From that day forward, Gilgamesh became a changed person. He used his remaining powers for good, helping those in need and bringing light into the world. He became a symbol of hope and redemption, showing everyone that even the darkest of hearts could be turned back to the light. And so the tale of Harut and Marut, the two angels who became human to teach magic in the land of Babylon, serves as a reminder to us all that we have the ability to change our ways and turn away from darkness towards the light. Their story shows us that no matter how lost we may feel, there is always hope for redemption, and that even the most powerful magic cannot compare to the transformative power of love and compassion. If you liked this episode, then don't forget to watch the rest of the episodes, because the adventures of Harut and Marut continue and you don't want to miss any of it. And if you haven't done so already, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, please give us your support by liking this video. Until next time, goodbye.